got shot in Atlanta. So I kind of moved here just to kind of get away from it. I had like a little lawsuit and shit. So my parents didn't want me to be out there and all that shit. So I came here, and then I just kind of made this thing called SkyLife. So when I made SkyLife, that's kind of like my thing for Jacksonville. Like I reinvented myself from Rainbow Dre to SkyLife. So when I made SkyLife or whatever, I got into music. And then once I got into the music and shit, Jacksonville was fucking with me for real. Like they really encouraged me. So it made me really go harder. And then I ended up getting on the radio, 106.1. And after that, shit, the rest was history. I got on it twice, actually, and won twice. So, and then I got a song with T-Rome, and that was the second song that I won on. So it was just like the features and meeting MGZ, and it just, a lot came up from that. It was humbling because like I remember being on the radio and thinking like, shit, yeah, I'm on the radio, so I'm outside the club, and I'm realizing, I'm like, I just played on the radio. They should just let me in, you feel what I'm saying? But nigga, they don't know who I am. They don't give a damn about none of that shit. So it was just kind of like, all right, it was humbling, but just because I was on the radio, I still had to do more. I got to go reach out to more people because just because I'm on the radio don't mean everybody hearing me, you feel what I'm saying? Well, it started with parties, and then my homeboy Taylor, I always respect him to this day. He the one that gave me like the ropes in Jacksonville, because y'all know this shit is not nothing to play with out this motherfucker. So he gave me the ropes. He told me who and who not to fuck with, but he always had me bumping shoulders, and he used to always say certain stuff that made me want to go fuck with people. So I end up just getting like recording with my dog Scotty Too Cool, and he's fire as fucking beats and shit. When I started recording with him, he's from Jacksonville. He basically was like a little 40, you know what I mean? And then we ended up linking up with MGZ and then. Drake, Future, Jay-Z, everybody. It's a lot of the greats, Kanye, because that's all I listen to. But also, you know, when you just be sitting there and you listen to all these artists, you don't realize that when you making this shit, they already did it. So when you saying that shit, you sounding really like them, but you don't even realize it's just you saying it. So you just becoming your own little artist. So that's how I see that. You know what I'm saying? I get a whole different vibe in Jacksonville. I really like being in Jacksonville and recording. Like, this is something, if I ever do make it big for real, like, this is where I will come to make my music, because this is where I made my music at. I'm from the A. I want to get them A vibes, but Jacksonville is like, you know, you don't get no better than Jacksonville as far as especially when you get on the music scene out here and it just start popping off how it's popping off, and you know the people. I fuck with that. Well, right now, me and my brother, shout out to Young Goonin, he got me on some new shit because he's like very creative. So he actually been having me freestyle more and learning like how to come up with bars in your head, or already have bars, or I might write 4 bars down and then freestyle the rest. But it's just kind of like, now it's just kind of like, this is your craft. Now master that shit, but master it in your mind. I get deep in my head too. Like I said, I'm a Gemini, so I be getting deep and my shit getting weird. I be like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, it don't be, but when I say it, it sound good, but I be like, what the fuck, bro? But like when I freestyle, I feel like it captured the vibes around me. So it's kind of like, it be straight. It be like, all right, man, I can go with that, but sometimes I just write way better. I seen some fans in London, Germany, and then the fan from Germany, he been on me and my whole crew. Like, we had like a crew called Classes back in Atlanta, and we used to just throw parties and shit. But he used to be on us back then, like repping that hard as hell, and he's still repping it. So it's just kind of like to see everybody from Atlanta always. You can see your insight if you like got like a music page or where people listen to you at, and it show you where they listening. Mostly it's strongly definitely in Atlanta, Texas, and all different. So it'd be different states. You'd be like, what the fuck? Okay, that's fine. So that's a long list, man. Shout out to Geechee, 34, Free 34. I collab with him. I ain't never got one with Seti. I want one with him. And I collab with T-Rome, like I told you. Cooper Kimmy, Real Wicked, my boy Nachos, Robert Jordan. I do got one with him. You never know, you know, where you're gonna be, and you know, you wanna fuck with everybody. My expectation for a feature is honestly for me to get better. I'm trying to outdo that person on that track, regardless of the situation, you feel what I'm saying? But rather they drop it or not. But I wanted to outdo them so bad to the fact they like, hey, me and you both slid this bitch. I'm finna drop that bitch today. That's how I try to make that shit, you feel what I'm saying? Man, it is hard because there's a lot of beautiful women in Jacksonville. And I really just got I guess a good circle around me. My brother, he really keep me focused because he has a studio right there in his house. So as soon as I wake up, you know, he calling me, let's come over, come do a song. He basically got me on his regimen, drop a song a day basically, you know? So it's hard to stay focused with the females, but I try to make the money and the studio be my focus because that's the whole end goal. I'd rather do that than anything else. My end goal, I feel like, is just to do what I want and get paid for it. And I like to do music, and I'm a DJ, and I do all types of shit, but I want to do all that, entrepreneurship, everything, and get paid for it, opposed to clocking in on some man's clock. Honestly, me and my brother just dropped a song called Out the Mud, and it's a banger as far as like, you know, sound and lyrics and stuff. I just dropped that No Love Lost 2, and that was back in like February. But I dropped that, and I just did videos for that. Like I literally just had a shoot on Sunday. It's gonna be crazy. I got 4 videos out of that. But I dropped that too. My boy King Zato just dropped on iTunes. I had a mixtape with him, like a little EP, 4-song EP. I had 2 songs on it. He just dropped my single Parlay on iTunes. I've just honestly been dropping a lot. I just dropped at least 11, 12 songs on SoundCloud just for the fucker, you feel what I'm saying? So right now I'm just trying to put out more music. So this interviews like this, people be like, oh, this who it is? And then they can hear me and they be like, oh, he got all these stuff, you know what I mean? So Have No Love Lost 1, and it actually did good. That's the one that Robert Jordan was on. And I actually, that was just my first time getting, you know, out and putting the tape out and honestly doing it. You know, I go back and listen to it, I hear all the flaw in that shit compared to my newest shit, because I still got Jack Lena. That's on iTunes, and that's a trap mixtape. But right now we focus on R&B right now. You listen to that tape, like I put a lot into that. Then I also end up, same job I got now, I lost that job in the midst of it, so it was just a lot of emotion in it. And then I got the job back. So it was like, you know, it was just kind of like, bruh. So if you listen to the tape, you'll see I was just, that's why it's No Love Lost, because it's like when you be in the dumps, what you gonna do? Go to a female. You gonna be under them females, and then you go through, you fall off. They gonna be like, nigga, I ain't fuck you. So it be no love lost, because you know you gonna get through it. But you know what I mean? And if you listen to the tape, you be like, oh, you gonna understand what I'm talking about. Like, I got some good shit on there. Real nigga goes unspoken. You don't have to even say it to know what a real nigga is. You can look at a nigga and if a nigga flaw. You can look at a nigga and know if a nigga real. So I don't have a definition of a real nigga. I just let people uphold their own.